Alright guys, we finally made some progress here in the garage, and I got a little bit of work done today finally. So we got the two pistons in, the two cylinders, and I got the right head on. Um, Obviously you guys have seen how to put on cylinders or the pistons, you know, with you put the wrist pin through, the little circlips on each side, and then you want to make sure you have your dowel pins ready, and then start putting on your cylinder. You want to squeeze in all the piston rings, make sure they're all good, and then you want to make sure this is like going through the top right here, and also the guide. Then once you get all the piston rings set, it might take a minute. Takes me at least like 10 minutes on each head. Very frustrating. After you do that, you want to make sure you put a couple screws in so it kind of holds down, so then you can put on the other one while this one kind of moves, and if you need to rotate the engine to put the connecting rod higher, that way that one doesn't, you know, like pop out or anything like that. What else? For the head, before you put the head on, you have to put the other guide in. So obviously this one's already in there, and this one actually goes like this. Let's see if I can show you guys one hand. It goes right here, and it actually slides in, and then there's a groove, and it goes in that groove. It's kind of weird to put this thing in too though, but you see how it has these two, this one and this one up here. You want to make sure it's going all the way in through the top one, and then pretty much this is where you're gonna put your tensioner, and then it pushes the guide out. But pretty much this sits flush with the top of the cylinder right here, so it'll just show like this, and then you got to put the head on. You want to make sure you do that. Make sure the surfaces are clean, make sure the gaskets are good. Dowel pins, again, make sure you got your dowel pins so when you're putting on the head, and you guys should be good to go. I'm gonna put this one on, and then I'll probably start doing the timing on the cams, and then the top of the valve covers, pretty much, or whatever you want to call them, rocker covers, valve cover, whatever. Then I can start putting the tensioners and then the rest of it. So yeah, you guys made some progress today, thank God. Finally got everything that we needed to get these things put together, so there's that. I'm left with still a table full of parts over here, but we're gonna be working at it, so we'll get back to the video in a little bit. I'm gonna get these going. If not, if I do it tomorrow, I'll just continue tomorrow. I'll just make this one whole video, but just a quick update. So let's get to working. Alright you guys, I already torqued down this side. I'm gonna torque down this side. So there's 4 head bolts. Obviously you guys probably know by taking it off already. There's 4 head bolts, and they're all actually numbered and in a certain order. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and you'll see the little numbers right next to the valve spring if you don't see where I'm saying. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so we got that. I torqued them already to 18 foot-pounds. Now I just need to torque them down to 36. So we're going to go in the crisscross pattern, and usually, more than likely, it always is a crisscross pattern. Okay. Alright. Oh wait, 3. 3. And there's 4. I usually just double check them all over again, because sometimes they'll get a little loose or something. Alright, we're all good to go. Now I'm going to put on the cams, but I have to adjust the timing over here on this side. So remember, it has to be on, I believe, FR for the front timing cam to be on position correctly, and then on I believe it's rear, it has an R on the back, and then that one has to be put on like that too, so it could be at the right timing, because they're kind of like offset. But yeah, we can go ahead and do that, and then after that we'll put the valve covers on, put our timing tensioners, probably our timing tensioners, and then the rocker cover, and then we should be pretty good to go to start plugging everything in. I am going to change out the spark plugs here real quick too though. But yeah, there's the update for this right now, you guys. So we're getting some work today. We definitely are putting in some work. So hopefully we'll have this thing rolling here pretty soon. But let me catch up on these things and I'll get back to you guys on the video. Basically we were doing the top end. Everything is done. Now we were just having trouble doing the timing on him with the cams. So I'm going to show you guys real quick what I did, and I actually found in the manual, not actually the manual, I had to look under like I think it was a brute force, the 800. So I'm going to show you guys what I found and how I basically ended up figuring out how to do the timing and basically make everything work again. Since I didn't really understand how to put it back together, it was kind of complicated because I didn't even know. Well, I'll show you guys. Something I didn't know is that there's two different points to set the timing on the front cam and the rear cam, and it looks like the rear cam is supposed to be done before the front one. And last time I was trying to do this, I was doing the front one because I assumed it being on the front that it would have to go first. Then I printed this out. I printed it out with a brute force 800, like a manual. It's pretty much the same thing. There are a little bit things that are different, but it's not that big of a difference. But if you guys read here, it's basically showing every step-by-step how to do it, and it's telling you which cam is the one for the front or the rear. It has a little groove in it. So what I mean by that, this one's obviously the front, but you see this little ridge right here? On the rear one, it has a groove inside of it in the center. So that's how we know it's the rear. And you're going to put the timing to the T and the R. It says using a wrench on the alternator bolt, turn the crankshaft clockwise until T and R mark A is aligned with the notch B in the inspection window. So that's what we got going on right here. So right here in this little window is what it's talking about, and it's to be on the T and the R. So as you guys can see, I already did this side. And I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to do the front side, which it should be easier. A lot of people try and do the rear one second, and they end up having a hard time. And this is actually how I figured it out on the, what is it called, on the forums. I had to read on this because I kept trying to put the timing chain over the cam sprocket, and it really wasn't working out. Alright, you guys. Sorry, I'm getting some light here. Let me step in. Alright, so what I was trying to show you guys is here. Hopefully you guys can see it pretty good. I also took off the plastics on this side, which made it a ton easier. I don't know why I didn't do that before. So what was hard for me was to slide the chain over on the little sprocket. I kept trying to do it this way through the back, like I would put the chain through here and then it was on the back of the sprocket and then try to like pull it over. That didn't work out. Then I ended up checking out the tensioners, make sure those were good. Those were fine. And I figured out that some guy was saying to do it this way and it was going to be much easier, which it really was. So that's the way that you're going to pull over the chain, through the very front. And going back here, another thing, before you put the chain on, you want to make sure that the sprocket is aligned. So here you guys could see an arrow, so that's pointing upwards, and then there's two lines. You want to even out the lines with the top of the head right here. So that's how you're going to do the timing. But since we're doing the front one now, we got to put it to the T and the R, and then line the cam, and then try to pull the chain over to the little sprocket gears so we could do that. So I'm going to try and do that real quick. Alright you guys, so I had to reset the angle and I had to fix this tensioner on the front side, or the guide, and now we're making some progress, but it looks like it's still kind of stuck here. But I see that there's a lot of slack on this side. Let me see if I can, because I literally just need a couple more on this side and I can't get it over. But yeah, this side's being a real pain. Nope. So that's good. Oh my god, that only took like 40 minutes. My legs. Alright, well you guys can't really see because it's not wanting to focus, but there's a line right here. There's a line right here and the arrow is pointing up. Alright you guys, now that we put on the timing, the chain, now we can put this back on. I kind of fixed up my screws to where they were supposed to go. And I am missing a couple screws, so I'm definitely going to have to go get some tomorrow. Since the build was left out for so long. But yeah, you guys, I already put this on. I just need to put the screw that goes here. We're going to do the tensioners after we tie down these, and I'll do the torque specs for you guys right now too on those. Then we'll do the tensioners, and then we'll wait to get, or actually we gotta wait to get the screws, so I'll probably be doing that tomorrow. But at least we were able to get the timing done on this side. Everything about the timing is good. Now I could actually cover these the plugs over here. We should be good. We shouldn't need to mess with any of that. So yeah, you guys, stay tuned for tomorrow. We'll put the rest of it together, and it's a wrap.